Here we are, tied up in the 5th game of the Kaspersky Round 1. And this King of the Hill, spawning here in the lower right corner of the map, playing red, spawning Terran, play for Mouz, it is HeRoMaRinE.
And his opponent in the top right, playing for alternate attacks, it's Socke as the blue Protoss.
Yeah, let me just, I'm going to recap.
Yeah?
Alright, so game 1, winner of this gets 100 euros. 100 euro for just playing 5 games of StarCraft? Brilliant! Second round, 200, third round 300, and the fourth round will be 400 for a grand total of a potential 1,000 euro for if one of these two players can make it to the end. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah, I mean, potentially the winner of this series can get through and perhaps earn $1,000. No problem.
Little more than $1,000, dude. That's 1,000 euro.
Euros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't want to.
But of course, this is a King of the Hill format. So for those of you who are unaware or maybe unfamiliar, just while we wait for this game to get underway, let's say, for example, production tab, because I'm a good caster. Let's say HeRoMaRinE wins this series, right? Goes on to the next, wins the next series. If he then loses the third series, he's out, and that next person becomes the new King of the Hill. They don't get the money that HeRoMaRinE has won up to this point, but they'll win the money from then on.
Yeah.
And every single set is going to be a best of 5, guys. So you're going to have a lot. I mean, there's some people here who love Zerg. We've got TLO on the way later on. Other players here today are Tarantius and Slivko. So, I mean, there's a lot of good Europeans here. I mean, this isn't some, like, group of random masters pulled off the ladder. No, this is, like, the cream of the crop.
Indeed. Europe's finest. And, yeah, I'm curious what Socke is going to do this game.
Now, from what I'm aware, I just want to say this real quick about the Kaspersky Arena before we get into strategy talk. They are planning to do this once a month, but the question is how long these months will go on for. The best way you guys can ensure that more events like this continue to happen is to not only tune into the streams, but if you can, give Kaspersky some feedback. Go post in their Team Liquid thread. Let them know that events like this are appreciated and that their money is being well spent. Because there's no obligation for them to support esports and put on events like this, but they are kind enough and great enough to do so.
Yeah.
So I mean, whether you ever use Kaspersky or not, you have to at least thank them for the games they put out today. This is going to be some great entertainment for StarCraft 2 fans.
Yeah, perhaps send them some feedback as well, like perhaps suggest them a player you want to see in the future, and who knows, they will listen. It's always good to try. You have a no and a yes you can get, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, Demaga could make it up today, but like, I'm dead serious, I'd love to see him play in another later on. But HeRoMaRinE continue with that very gasless opening for this game. Will we see the third CC or not? I feel, again, Newkirk, man, the one map he didn't go for that third CC is the one map it mattered the most to have that third CC.
And there it is, as you said, the third CC. I mean, it's Whirlwinds. You can get away with that.
Actually, has Socke scouted yet? No, he hasn't. So he doesn't actually know where HeRoMaRinE spawned.
I actually didn't see, but was it a Nexus first by Socke? I kinda missed that. Whoops.
Well, as pointed out by aTn here in chat, who I will refer to as Batman, this is in fact the ace match, guys. Maybe some of you haven't heard of HeRoMaRinE, maybe some of you haven't heard of Socke. But when I tell you that these guys are great European players, I'm not selling you short. I've cast both of these players, I've cast everyone in the tournament today in the past, and I can tell you I've never had a disappointing series or game out of any of them. Except for maybe that last one, because I'm Terran, and watching HeRoMaRinE lose all his workers really just hurt me right in the heart, man.
It made me happy.
The dynamic of having two different races biased by the casters. Oh, what a joy.
Yes.
See, I like casting with Panda, because he's also Terran, and we both just get to, like, you know, crap
like
on
the
Protoss.
romance and stuff goes on, and you're like, oh, yeah. We hope Hellbats are so nice, we're awesome.
Oh man, that SV dispatched with very quickly. No additional scouting information is provided, but we've got 4 gates off 2 bays. No, this isn't like anything economically all in. It's not like your classic 4-gate you hear someone else call, but this will allow Socke to put on a bit of pressure as we see this forward pylon coming down.
I'm a bit curious how much damage this is going to cause, though, because, yeah, look, HeRoMaRinE knows something's up. Throwing down the 2 extra bunkers immediately, and
well, I think he just scanned the main. Yes, having scanned and see, man, that is the most money scan he could hope for. By having these bunkers down, he's gonna absolutely be able to hold this. Sentries are coming in to warp in, or sorry, force field off the SCVs from repair, sure, but if he can hold this line, he's gonna be absolutely fine moving forward.
Yeah, he's really prepared for it, and the one Marine to see what's up, and yeah, he's absolutely fine. Or
well, I mean, confirming the push. We do have 3 racks on the field. No Marauders out just yet. Only Marines to deal with this, but already pulling the SCVs is HeRoMaRinE, and it's a great choice because, guys, if you've ever played Terran and you've ever had to repair bunkers when there's force fields on them, it's not a good time.
Doesn't work.
No. It's so frustrating. Like, I kind of feel like the weight of that building should be crushed, or the force field should create a bubble around it to make it unable to be attacked. Like, there's no logic that applies to force field around bunkers. I like this though, trying to bait.
Look at this from Socke though. Following up with double forge and a robo, but it's not really warping in any additional units here. Was it a fake?
I don't know a fake, but if nothing else, it's a soft contain. As HeRoMaRinE won't want to push out, thinking that there's this, incoming 4 gates. And that could actually work very much in Socke's favor. Because again, like you said, double forge, if he's allowed to just tech up and not worry about his Terran opponent pushing out, he'll be in a much better situation than he could hope for. But if we see medevacs start coming out soon, I mean, we got the production for the barracks starting to come full swing, but no starport yet. Once medevacs are on the field, we can start seeing HeRoMaRinE go and be aggressive. And the downside to that would be Socke's forces are across the map and not defending at home. One good drop, forget holding at home, you'll devastate your opponent.
Yeah, for sure. Because does he actually have? Well, he can still mastery call home. Don't forget.
I always forget that. Yeah.
An observer over there in the drop path straight to his base, so he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I always forget how good the mothership core is with that recall potential.
Yeah, I sometimes forget it as well.
I kind of find it silly. Like, I think it'll be a long time until we see an actual mothership ever again, because the mothership core is so good.
Well, actually, the mothership is just the mothership core without...
the photon overcharge.
Yeah, without photon overcharge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, it's so resource intensive. You can't chrono it to make it come out faster. And, yeah, it's just... I don't enjoy... I don't like the way they sort of butchered the mothership, but I do love the way they created the mothership core.
Yeah, I agree.
But oh man, finally going to be taken out here. Not a big victory, but enough to allow HeRoMaRinE to start moving out the field. Now he has a lot of units. A lot of units. 24 Marines currently on the field. Colossus in production, 1 already out. No thermal lance finished up just yet, but I mean, Socke didn't cause that worker damage he was able to do in the past. HeRoMaRinE's not behind, and what? Relifting? Oh, landed in the wrong spot.
Yeah. Happens.
Did you see, by the way, just side note here, did you see the Krolu versus Poltvod?
No. Not yet.
You need to check that out. I'm not spoiling it, but it's the fastest TVP you'll ever see in your life. I think it was like a 4-minute game.
I will definitely check it out then.
Alright, well HeRoMaRinE is poking around. I like the way he scouts with just 1 Marine at a time. It's much cheaper to sacrifice a Marine than it is to actually burn a scan. A lot of people kind of forget this. You'll see Terran players haphazardly scan all over the map, but when you're on 3 bases, you want to have just every single mule out and mining.
Yeah, and in the long run, it will definitely give you more Marines for the small sacrifice you make for the 50 minerals for scouting. But what do you actually think about the position of the third for HeRoMaRinE? It's like towards the Protoss.
Defensively,
don't you think it would be better in the 6 o'clock?
Yeah, defensively it's not in a good position, but the reality is, with the way Protoss work, Warpins could come in from any direction, and with 2 ramps, no matter what base you take, I kind of feel it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's equally exposed, I guess is the best way to describe that. Not that it doesn't matter, but more that it's equally exposed. There we go.
Yeah, but for example, he won't have as much time as he would have if it would have taken the 6 o'clock in terms of recovering from a potential loss. So the Protoss has a much shorter distance to counterattack on the Terrans there.
We do have some Widow... Or sorry, I'm not disagreeing with you, but just want to point out, we got the Hellbats coming out, but not rallied. So they're just kind of AFK at home.
Oh. Well...
That awkward moment where it's like, select all army, please.
He's seen it now. It's all good. The Marine gets taken out. What's actually Socke's upgrades? 2-2 is about to finish. 2-2 on the way for HeRoMaRinE. So, in terms of upgrades, both players are pretty even.
Yeah, getting his air research underway as well. He's going to need these Vikings to do as much damage as they can to take out those Colossus. But we do have Storm Tech on the way here shortly, as we do have Templar Archives warping in. And as we saw in the past, Storms are pretty good at dealing with bio.
Yes. I'll just agree there.
Well, there's no disagreeing with that. I mean, it's Storms and it's bio at the end. Forget Colossus, man, but Watchtower being fought for a little bit in the middle of the map, but Stalkers and Colossus are starting to posture themselves, looking for a fight.
Yeah, trying to get a nice angle, but he has 5 Vikings, there's 4 Colossus again. I don't know if HeRoMaRinE really wants to take this fight right now.
Both players on similar worker count right now, actually on 3 bases, but the economy, of course, much higher for our Terran player, thanks to those lovely mules. Hopefully, though, he will have to start saving some energy up here, as he's going to want to be able to scan for these observers on the field. Because, again, Socke, okay, he's only got 2 this game, but man, this guy makes a ton of observers, like, I feel on every map.
Yeah, I like it actually a lot. But
it does take away from the army, but not by much. But we do have HeRoMaRinE starting to push up here, folks. Stalkers getting away with their lives, although just barely. Archon's on the field, no Storm out just yet. Going to rely primarily on these Colossus. Blink forward, but the Vikings are already volleying away at the Colossus. One falls, second one going to go down shortly. Force field's going down, but with these Hellbats, I feel HeRoMaRinE's got more than enough forces to push in here.
This was a great concave for HeRoMaRinE. And
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no Storm.
Archon going to fall down as well. Hellbats continuing to push forward with the army. Everything is low, but not dead, and GG.
Yeah, HeRoMaRinE just powering through Socke.